Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I got a rant to go on today. Look at this thumbnail. You can tell we are about to look at the same movie, but for some reason, there's a little bit of hate that's different. We're comparison, we're comparing Air Force One to the new movie that's getting ready to come out on April 10th that is called G20. Thank you guys for clicking on this video. My name is Bernard Fields, and we are going to dive deep into conversation. I'm going to rant. I don't even really have too much of a format or a detailed layout with all my points, but this is just coming from the top of my head, how I feel based off of the things that I have saw. All right, so a day ago, I saw the G20 film trailer release, and I watched it. I was like, yeah, like this kind of remind me of a movie that I've seen before, Air Force One with Harrison Ford. I was correct. Today, I went ahead and looked up that film and looked at the trailer, and I was like, this is pretty much the exact same movie, just a different setup, different scenario, kind of the same stakes that are at play here. But why are we getting so much hate for this G20? Now, I don't want to have to pull the race card, but I feel like there's a double minority strike against um, Viola Davis's film G20. Now, let me say this about Viola. She has range. Said that before. She stays fit. She works out. She doesn't look like a slouch, and with some training, she can pull off some of these roles. You know what I'm saying? She don't need a stunt double per se, right? And so I saw online there is a guy by the name of Critical Drinker, and he put out a tweet. And I don't want to paraphrase. I want to go ahead and pull it up so that you guys can know exactly where he's coming from. And it was a stab at the film because everybody's on this whole woke thing. It's like if you woke is almost like the opposite of anything of a straight white man. If you are not a man, you might get labeled as being woke. If you're not straight, oh, you're definitely going to be labeled as woke. And the whole term of woke has been hijacked, and we're going to use that word a little bit here tonight from time to time, hijack. But anyway, let me go ahead and look up a critical drinker, in which I am following. I do watch his videos from time to time. I just got to kind of keep up to the date with what's being posted. Let's see here. Oh, you know what? I don't know. Did he take it down? I you know I wouldn't be surprised. Wow. Okay. Let me look at the replies. Oh yeah, it's gone. To my knowledge, based off of what I'm trying to do right now, it's gone. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. And maybe, just maybe, he got called out on it, or maybe he has second thoughts. But regardless, there are people out there that are hating on this Viola Davis film, and I'm just going to call out what I see. It's just sheer racism, but not like direct racism where they're calling people the N word and we're going to hang you from trees. It's just like that, oh, you can't be that. Oh, here we go with this woke agenda, the strong black woman, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yo, like if it was Tom Cruise, you wouldn't think a thing about it. If it was Harrison Ford, ironically, is played a president in Air Force One. He's playing a president again, you know. But in the Captain America, it would be cool if they kind of make a nod to that, right? But anyways, they wouldn't bat an eye. They wouldn't even think twice about it. But listen, what we're going to do is we're going to watch both of these trailers back to back. We're going to compare them. But before we do that, let's go ahead and look at the synopsis for both films. And then we're going to see if we could draw any type of comparisons between the two. All right. So check this out. We're on IMDb. And for Air Force One, that came out in 1997. So roughly almost 30 years ago. So we're seeing young Harrison Ford here. He's probably like in his 40s, I guess, here. I would say maybe his 40s. Yeah, I would say maybe perhaps his 40s. But anyways, let me move on. It says communist radicals led by Ivan. I ain't gonna jack that up. Hijacked Air Force One with U.S. President James Marshall and his family on board. Vice President Catherine Bennett negotiates from Washington, D.C., while Marshall fights to rescue the hostages on board. Keep that in mind. We got a president in a hostage situation with his family being hijacked by some terrorist on an Air Force One plane. So he's secluded, cut off from everybody. It's not as if like you can easily get to him. Keep that in mind. And also we got the vice president, in which I think that was a little bit ahead of his time to say that they had a vice president, Madam President, and Catherine Bennett being played by, I think, what's her name? Klaus? Can't remember her first name. But anyways, let's go ahead and look at G20. The synopsis. Terrorists take over the G20 summit with President Sutton, bringing her governing and military experience to defend her family, company, and the world. So we already know, based off of the synopsis, if people would read the synopsis, they won't be looking at this trailer like, oh my gosh, how in the world can she pull this off? That doesn't make any sense. She's like just all of a sudden. No, it says it right here. She's bringing her governing and military experience to defend her family. What people? What's the issue? What's the problem? Women can't be military and great at the same time and can't be president? I mean, like, we can't pretend like that's so far-fetched, right? It's not that far-fetched. Not here in America. It's just that I believe there are certain systems and hurdles that are in place that prohibit these types of people. We got Trump, an entertainer, a business mogul who was pretty much running the country. Anybody, if Trump can become president, anybody can become president, and especially a person that has these type of credentials. But look, let's go ahead and let's take a look at the trailer for Air Force One, and then you guys can tell me if you've seen G20 already, if there's some parallels, because we're also going to look at the G20 trailer as well. But look, let's go ahead and just check this out.
And to those who would use them, your day is over.
In a speech tonight.
Let's start this over real quick.
Tonight I come to you with a pledge to change America's policy.
Forgive me on this. I know that there's probably like some hate going on. Like, why is he trying to expose us? Give me a hot second. But listen, stop me if I'm lying. Stop me if I am lying. Okay, here we go. We back. We back, baby. Let's look at this trailer.
Tonight I come to you with a pledge to change America's policy. Atrocity and terror are not political weapons, and to those who would use them, your day is over.
In a speech tonight in Moscow, the president issued a direct challenge to terrorist nations
But the
around the
question
world.
remains, what are the risks involved in such a bold policy initiative?
They hated your speech, didn't they?
We're afraid we won't have the guts to back it up.
Air Force One clear for takeoff. Thank you for your hospitality, Moscow.
Air Force One with an emergency. Where's my family?
The president's plane, Air Force One, has been hijacked.
What do they want?
They want General Radek released from prison.
I will execute a hostage every half an hour.
What are our airborne scenarios?
There are no airborne scenarios.
My husband will not negotiate.
His wife, his daughter, I think he'll negotiate.
How the hell did this happen? How the hell did they get Air Force One?
Your national security advisor has been executed. He just bought you another half hour.
Sir, your parachute.
I'm not leaving without my family. You know who I am? I'm the President of the United States.
Jim isn't making this decision as a president. He's making it as a husband and a father.
Go! Let's not forget this president is a Medal of Honor winner. He knows how to fight.
He has no right to take chances.
That key line right there, he has a Medal of Honor. He knows how to fight. So he too also has military background, the president. And here's the thing, keep this in mind. When this film was released, I don't think there was no hoopla at all. Nobody was up in arms like, oh my God, the president can't be able to do this. He shouldn't be able to do that. A president with military background, which of course you think of it, George Washington, so many other of our presidents had military background. So it's not far-fetched, it's just that the G20 one has the exact same setup, but it's just with a black woman president, and people are pennies are in a bunch.
His life.
We cannot give in to their demands. We've got a job to do.
It makes me so proud, Mr. President, that you stuck with us.
You know your father, he has also killed.
You're nothing like my father.
We're tracking 6 MiGs. I'm sending in our F-15s to protect you.
She said MiGs? In a war, people die.
The president is up there with a gun to his head.
I'll do anything to save my family. Don't ask me for something I can't give.
You could finish this with one phone call.
Air Force One, there you go. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and look at the G20. Because, yeah, people are feeling a certain type of way about seeing a black woman like Viola Davis being able to take on terrorists with their bare hands. Let's see, G20. You know what I should have did? I should have went and let's do this. Since we're here, and again, this is not anything like, formal as far as structure wise. It's kind of just, riffing here. Let's look at some of the comments, shall we? So this person 2 years ago said, seriously, one of the most rewatchable movies ever, and maybe my favorite Harrison Ford film. 215 thumbs up with some replies to that. Someone else says, one of my favorite films of all time. I used to watch it all the time with my dad as a kid, right? So I guess it's supposed to be sentimental, right? It never gets old. It's so good, right? And then we have this, get off my plane. Dang, I did that pretty good. I was kind of scared myself there. I sound just like Harrison Ford. Get off my plane. Indiana Jones meets Sirius Black. In all seriousness, this is a super underrated action flick. Don't get gems like this film anymore. We don't? Oh, I think we're about to get one. But for whatever reason, again, it's going to get overlooked. It's going to get crapped on. So I don't even have to look at any more comments because I'm sure all of these, matter of fact, I'm going to blindly just stop. and read one. And it says here, 7 months ago, here after Captain America Brave New World revealed that Harrison Ford's the POTUS again. Was I not telling you I was on point? I just said that. And then 6 months ago, someone says, bruh, been the president since Air Force One. He needs to step down. The comedic parts are popping in, you know, but nevertheless, nothing but love. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer for G20. All right, let's go ahead and make this bigger so that everybody can see.
Madam President, we have a situation. Ma'am, apprehension is minutes away.
A little much, don't you think, Mom?
Zip it. You and your brother are coming to Cape Town with us.
Why?
You know why.
All you ever care about is work.
I implore all world leaders to join me at the G20 summit.
Come on, Madam President.
Oh, damn. Now we gotta go save the world.
The 20 most powerful world leaders together. Going dark in 3, 2, 1.
Stop me if I'm wrong, but did we not just kind of see that same scenario kind of play out with Harrison Ford, where he was being shot at and he had to dive to get out of the way of harm? Did we not just see that? Boy, I tell you, people.
To the governments watching, I've taken the G20 by force. When we launch Project Deepfake, we will reset the world's financial markets.
And there inserts the stakes. What do we want? Time to negotiate. And we have the people back at home base, which I'm pretty sure is the vice president, making the deals, while we have the president working it out.
You gotta read the words exactly as written.
Quick beige fox. Quick beige fox. Quick beige fox.
Now we control the narrative.
My husband and kids are missing. We have to find them. If you want to live, you'll follow my lead.
Now you're Captain America.
Now you're Captain America. It's little jabs like that that I get a kick out of, because it's like, I know where it's coming from. Like this is what people are thinking. And whoever wrote this, it's like, yeah, that's genius. That's what a lot of people are saying out there, thinking to themselves, I should say. Or maybe saying this stuff amongst themselves within their circle of their familiar friends and their family. Like, what's up with all these black people? You know, now they're taking lead charge, and they're just, where do we fit in? You know, it's the woke agenda.
That was quite well done.
Now, it's coming this April, but come on, y'all. Come on. For the people who made those comments talking about they don't really make films like this anymore, here you go. Here you have it. If you were just to swap out, I'm still tripping off of that. You think you're Captain America the whole bit, because it's like that little cool full circle reference back to where we are now with Brave New World and Harrison Ford being the POTUS again, but it's not him. It's actually somebody else. It's this woman here, Viola Davis, doing her thing.
They've got at least 5 hostages in the kitchen.
Your survival is what matters most.
I will not leave them.
Oh my gosh. Did we not just see Harrison Ford say that very thing? I will not leave them. In the trailer, I'm not gonna leave my family. Yo, I feel like I'm living in a Twilight Zone. I can't take these people seriously, man. Like the people that are complaining about this film, I can't take them seriously. And that's probably the reason why I can't seem to find that post from Critical Drinker laughing at this film. Like, oh really? Like, okay, here we go. Come on, man. Be real, be serious.
Drop it!
Guns, 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 guns.
Now, I will also say this. For people who did not read the synopsis, they're looking at this like what? Like she has these abilities, but why? Like how in the world is she having these abilities to go toe to toe with people of this caliber and this size? Well, to the fault of the trailer, they don't really make it clear that she has a military background. But if you read the synopsis, it makes it very clear that that's what she's calling upon in order to be able to pull this off.
President Danielle Sutton. You get around, don't you?
I'll get around to you too.
Mom, I can help.
Lights up.
Find her.
Where are my husband and kids?
We're all here together.
It kind of gives me the vibe of Die Hard as well. And that's another good Christmas movie where, you know, you have this guy who doesn't have like all that training, but somehow he's able to save the day when nobody else can. You get all these people who have the skills and the know-all. They fail, but here's this common guy that people are looking at and they feel, again, how people are looking at this, the general audience. I see myself in that guy. I could be that guy. I could fight for my family. I'm bad. I could do it. I could do it. It's the exact same thing with this Viola Davis film here. The exact same thing. People want to see a representation of themselves and feel like they can look out into the world, in the world of cinema, and see themselves act out a fantasy. What's wrong with that, people? Really, we can't act like black people don't exist or black women don't exist. They exist, and they too can become president. I mean, Kamala Harris, you know, she let it slip through her fingers, but nevertheless, there are still ample opportunities in the future for people of color to be able to hold these types of positions. So quit tripping.
I'm gonna get you out of here.
And it looks good.
What if we get you into a comfortable pair of heels?
Do you want an honest answer?
Because she's throwing down. She's getting down. Yo, like, I just drew the perfect comparison between both of these films. There is no reason as to why people are hating on this film. They don't like seeing a woman, let alone a black woman, become president, and not only that, have the skills to be able to fight off terrorists with her bare hands because of her experience. Don't want to see her fight and save her family, and then hold on. Let me address the other side too, because I can hear some people that are black that saying, "Oh my God, they're demasculating." Is that the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I'm jacking it up, but you guys know what I'm talking about. You got Anthony being tied to a chair. Her husband, you know, he's the first man. What do you call it? Not the first lady, but he's like the first husband, I guess you can say. And he couldn't save himself. He doesn't have the dukes to put him up and say, "Oh my gosh, you're not the man, this black man is not being created masculine." Calm down. This is not that movie. Like, there will be a time where you will be able to do that, but just not now. Like, we can't have this black man for the sake of a few people out there, maybe even a lot of people, who may feel like, "Oh man, we can't continue to keep having our black man looking weak." No, this is not his story. And it's okay. Like, it's okay, folks, man. Like, really. Seriously. So, if you're watching this video all the way up to this point, I know you're probably thinking to yourself, if you agree, and I hope that you do agree, that both of these are the same. Both trailers are the same. I feel as if like I need to go back and polish this video up. Like, do a better job of like splicing both trailers together almost side by side to draw the comparison so people can see and have a point of reference in case that they get hit with any type of hate. Somebody approaching them saying like, oh man, like here we go again with this little woke agenda, this little black president woman saving the world. Oh my God, here we go. Hit them with this video and let them know y'all had no problem with Harrison Ford with his military background, fighting for his family in Air Force One, taking on terrorists. What's the difference? What's the difference? Really, ask yourself that question. What's the big major difference without sounding racist? What else is there different between the two of them? The color of their skin and their gender. That's it. That's it. I don't know. But I'm really curious to hear from what you all have to think, because if you ask me, man, if you ask me, this is almost a calling card for those people who have a problem with it, to let it's like this is a prime example of them having a bit of unchecked racism on the inside. Not that they're mean people or nasty folk. It's just that they're not aware of it. They live in a bubble. They are literally sheltered and really don't know how to properly assess a film such as this. All they see is like look at this. Get that black woman there with all the muscles and stuff. And like I said, she's not, I ain't gonna say she old, but she looks great for her age. She works out. But they see this and they just, oh my God, they lose their minds. They lose their minds. They can't stand to see a Harrison Ford like this next to this woman. And they're both being in the same scenario, same position. Like I said, there's nothing different. So I will be watching this movie. I will be rooting for this movie. I can't remember what I gave it before, but after this little rant, I think I have to give this a 5. Oh, let's do this. Let's look at some of the comments. Let's look at some of the comments. Can we please do that? Because I'm pretty sure they're not going to be as favorable as it was with Air Force One. Look at this. This is from a day ago. This is it's only been up for a day. It has 1.25 million views in one day. Someone says, came to see if they left the comments on and laughing. I wonder why, because you know what? You turn the comments off when you start getting dogpiled with hate. But they didn't. This says 13 Oscar nominations coming to this film. And of course, that's a slight because of the Emilia Perez. Emilia Perez doesn't deserve all those accolades. Like, no, not at all. Not at all. And then this one right here says, I wonder how many times people working on this show thought, are we really making this movie? You see what I'm saying? The people today, they're built different, man. Like I'm built different than the people that are like in their 20s leaving these types of comments, and maybe even older. They just don't have the scruples to be able to know how to draw the comparison, or even aware of a movie such as Air Force One. Says this looks like one of the parody movie trailers they would have shown at the beginning of Tropic Thunder. Haven't come across a positive comment yet. And look, it's getting all the love, all the thumbs up. Love it when she says, yippee-ki-yay, mother cracker. I am Captain Now. Goosebumps. Again, just more jabs. You know what I'm saying? Just people on here, keyboard warriors, man. Like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And of course, the Yippee-Ki-Yay is reference to Die Hard, which I made that reference. Like there's so many movie references. They're calling them out. It's just that these same people that are making jabs at this movie won't make jabs at those. And I wonder why. We know why, but I just say that sarcastically. And it says, this one. This trailer makes me want to sit on my computer and look at my office chair. Shall I continue to keep going? It says, when we launched Project Deepfake, did the CIA literally make this movie? What type of question is that? No, the CIA didn't make this movie, but a person who has a little bit of creativity to modernize a situation and say, okay, how would a terrorist attack the world all at once in a clever way? And of course, we're dealing with deepfake, man. Like the stuff is real out here. Like we are, like this comment is going to age horribly. It's already aged horribly. I could tell that this person just doesn't understand AI and how close we are to living in a world where you have to double check everything and cross-reference everything that you take in. You just can't take it for face value. You are literally going to have to move on and experience things in person in order to know that your eyes ain't playing tricks on you, that your ears ain't playing tricks on you. Oh, Lord. Somebody else says, I am unburdened by what is unburdenable. This is some fine satire. Bravo to the producers. This will surely be hilarious. And again, what's the... and here's the other thing, too. When it comes to black culture, we tend to say the same general things but with a different flavor. We tend to have a way of communicating with each other that everybody may not get. And it's a cultural difference, and it's fine, it's okay. Like it's not criminal for you to not be able to get some things. Like it's not criminal for me to understand all the lingo and everything that happens within white culture. It's okay. And in some cases, I don't care to want to know. It's all right. If some things that you all do, dances and little sayings, make you laugh and bring you joy, then more power to you. I support you in that. But in these cases, you can see quite the opposite. Person says full support for villain in this movie. Someone in Prime doesn't mind setting money on fire. Because the Die Hard ripoff with Daisy Ridley did so well a few months ago, they remade it with Viola Davis, and I'm sure this will make tens of dollars for Amazon. I almost don't even want to continue to keep going, but it's like, to me, it's like, I get it, but I don't understand it. It's maddening to me that we are still dealing with this passive-aggressive form of racism. That's what it is. Passive-aggressive racism. They don't have to call you out of your name. They don't have to say, it's like their way of saying that you don't belong here. We're not going to tell you why or how you don't belong here, but we're going to ignore the fact that this person just got finished doing the exact same thing that you did, but we're going to single you out. That's what's happening to this film right now. And I hope there are people that are out there that are watching this film to this long rant up to this point will share it out. Get it out there. Let this be part of the narrative. I'm gonna read two more and then I'm gonna wrap this baby up. Someone says, I'm honestly pleasantly surprised that the comments aren't disabled, and I'm guessing G20 was made with the assumption that Kamala would become the president. LOL. Again, more jabs. Of course, this movie was made possibly about maybe 2 years ago. It was into production. It probably was written 3 years ago, and or was probably recrafted, maybe an old script. Because listen, this is not a black film. This is a movie that just so happens to have a black lead in it. Because you could take this same character and plug in a white woman, and it works. You could take the same character, plug in a black man, and it works. You can take the same character, plug in Harrison Ford, and it will definitely work. People will be all over it, like, man, yeah, this is awesome. Remember Air Force One? He's back, baby. Yeah, he's back as the President, General Ross in the MCU. But it's just so funny to me. Like it actually blows my mind. Blows my mind. And I'm gonna read this last one. It says, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, which is the cringiest offering of all? Honey, you are spoiled for choice this year, but G20 is a contender." And right underneath that, they said they showed the whole movie. Well, they did the same thing with Air Force One. Showed the whole movie. They already told us what was going to happen, beginning, middle, and end. Nothing's new. 30 years later, we're still showing the whole movie in trailers, and that's a whole nother topic of discussion. But for right now, I just want to leave you all with this. Be careful with throwing around the term woke. Woke isn't what it originally meant. That term has been hijacked by terrorists. People that are ignorant, who thought it would be funny to call people, "Oh, you're woke," in a satirical way, to where now it has a negative connotation. And what do we have to use in our defense to let people know that we are aware, that we're conscious of our choices and decisions, and that we are conscious of our surroundings? What term do we have? Y'all took woke away from us. And woke was cool. Woke was created by people of color decades ago. And for all this to be happening during Black History Month, and I don't know, this may be the last Black History Month, because you got somebody in office who doesn't want this to be such a thing. But I digress. Again, I think we have to slow down. For people who are on these platforms hating on movies without doing their proper research or having a true understanding of the film industry and how it works. That's it. But I'm gonna call it what it is, man. Like it's passive aggressive racism. And I hope that if you made it to the end, that you would share this video. I hope that if you were one of these people who hated on this trailer, have a change of heart. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what your thoughts are. Do you think that I overreacted? Do you think that I was reaching like, was nothing there? Oh my gosh, V, you're delusional. You're crazy. You're Lulu. Either way, leave a comment down below. Let me know. Give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe, because I do try to drop as frequently and often as possible. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. And until next time, remember to always put forth your best. Peace in, guys, and confusion.